here. So go ahead and introduce yourself and why you're out here by Toys R Us and Target in Oklahoma City.
Hi, my name is Dana Lahan.
You have to speak up about 5 notches.
Hi, my name is Dana Lahan.
And why are you out here?
I'm seeking justice for my child. His name is Charlie. I've gone to 4 different governors, 3 different presidents, more state representatives than you could shake a stick at. Most recently, I went to State Representative John Eccles, who told me that he can't tell me the names of the 2 men who caused my son's death because it would be against law.
What?
Yes, that's what he told me.
No kidding, that's ridiculous.
I told him that failure to report child abuse is also against the law, and it's a felony, as opposed to the misdemeanor he wants to uphold. He would rather break a felony by keeping the 2 child molesters protected. They've been protected for 20 years.
Wow, that's just pure evil.
Yes, and I'm begging anybody that will help me. I've had 4 lawyers. Nobody wants my case out in the open because they know that my case stinks from top to bottom because everybody broke the law and they know it.
That's just sick. Francesca, can you hear us okay? Are we good? Can you hear us? Can you hear her? Go ahead with your story.
Okay, so my son is now forever in this urn because 2 pedophiles beat and sexually molested him every day while he was in foster care. He was taken illegally.
Wow, he was taken illegally. What do you mean by that? Child predator services? Is that what you're talking about?
They went to the school, they picked him up, and then after he was gone, then they call me and tell me that they have possession of him. And then child services are the ones who stuck him in the homes of 2 strangers.
2 strangers?
Pedophiles.
They wouldn't stick him with family relatives? Family relatives? Why not?
Stuck him with strangers.
Wow, why not? Why wouldn't they stick him with aunts or uncles
I'm
or
sure
grandma?
my mother wouldn't have taken him anyway, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh, but you have other family members that probably would have,
I
yeah?
have 2 sisters, but all they ever want from me is what I can do for them. They've never done anything for me.
Oh my God, I shared her story. Francesca said today she shared your story.
Yes. She showed pictures of Charlie on her story today.
They put him with pedophiles. Yeah, that's really sick. I've seen some stories on the internet about that. Other people,
They destroyed that little 5-year-old boy.
It's just evil, pure evil. This is why we're out here today, to end this stuff. And what were you saying about that Social Security Title 19 money? I didn't. A lot of people probably don't know about that.
Everybody knows about Title 4 D&E, but a lot of people do not know about Title 19. Title 19 is a law that when DHS takes your child into custody, they are granted money via Title 19. Now, when DHS puts that child up for adoption, the foster parents or the adoptive parents now change that child's name and they change that child's Social Security. However, DHS does not. They continue to collect money on that child as though he's still in state care, even after he's been adopted, because the names have been changed and the Social Security numbers have been changed, so nobody's the wiser. So while DHS is collecting money on Johnny over here, Johnny is now Michael. And his adoptive parents are filing taxes on him every year as their right as their parents. But DHS is double dipping.
That is sick. They're double dipping.
Yeah.
Off kidnapping kids and killing them. Wow. Hey, do me a favor. Put your sign down for a minute. Stand behind that help injudicious sign. Ryan Swindle says she's telling the truth. Yeah, please put your story on there. And y'all, this ain't all about us, so please, because we want to expose this evil. Click the share button right now and hit the likes, because it'll make it go up higher in the ratings, and people are more likely to see it, so we can help this lady.
Put an end to this 20-year nightmare. I want to know who's responsible for the death of my child.
Don't y'all think she deserves that?
I've been fighting for 20 years.
She's been fighting for 20 years, if you can hear her. This is just sick. No parent should have to go through this.
Some of you people that have been doing it 10 months, 23 months, and you're saying, oh my God, it's so horrible. Well, think about me. I've been doing it for 20 years.
And you're a human being, right?
Yes, last time I checked, and I bleed red just like everybody else.
Yeah, my friend James says hello there. Sad story, but unfortunately it happens, and it's basically child trafficking. Yeah, it is. It really is child trafficking. There's a couple of judges that are responsible for this. The judge on the right, Judge Lisa Hammond, came from juvenile court in my case, and God, she makes me sick knowing the statistics of what she's doing. We want any information we can get on these two judges. She's been on somehow on the payroll of at least one foster home that we know of, and Judge Howard Harrelson there, Oklahoma City, his wife is a psychologist from what our research is telling us, so we want more info on them and how his wife is getting money from this too. They're both on notice for treason. Tell us a little bit more about your judges, what those judges' names were, some of the more stuff they did to you. If you could stand behind that, I'd appreciate that. That way people can go to the website. I know you want justice for Charlie there. So we want people going to Punish for Protecting and on Facebook or .com. We want other people to share their stories because we want to shine light on this evil and just eliminate this evil. Our kids shouldn't have to be used as commodities for the judicial terrorist system. That's just sick. You just don't do that to people's kids. We are human beings. They're supposed to serve us, not themselves. They, just one second here. Let me see who. I don't think I'm going to add anybody on here right now. But so go ahead. Tell us a little bit about your judges.
I'm one of the few people. In fact, I'm the.
Can y'all and let us know if you can hear us, okay?
I'm one of the only people that I know of that has had a court order stricken against them that nobody else in the state of Oklahoma has ever had stricken against them. And that is called a one-way BPO. That's where if somebody goes and gets a BPO, which the court orders both parties to stay away from each other. However, in my case...
Thank you, Ryan Swindle, for telling us you can hear us. Okay, finish.
However, in my case, I was ordered to stay 500 feet away from a caseworker who said I threatened her, which I proved in court I did not. It was all a lie.
Yeah, y'all got to hear this story. This blew me away when she told me this.
The judge said that she could get as close to me as she wanted. It was a one-way BPO. I had to stay away from her, but she did not have to stay away from me. Wow. So therefore, she started parking in my driveway, parking in front of my house. She literally forced me out of my home that was paid for.
Hold on one second. Can y'all hear us still? Because Holly was saying to turn it up. I know traffic gets a little louder when the cars are moving. Anybody there? Can you hear us? I know we got some people on here. Holly, do we still need to turn it up? Ryan Swindle says, yes, they did that to me with CPS workers. That's just sick. That poor woman, Susan Estello, said about you. Said, yes, I can hear you. Okay, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you there, but go ahead with your story about this one-way...
to further compound the problem, she was parking in my driveway, parking in front of my house, and I had to stay in my house so that she didn't know I was there, because if she saw me, she could call the police and have me arrested.
Wow, hold on one second. My friend, it's a case social worker. He says DHS case workers generally do not have formal training working with children and families. Many of them have non-social work degrees.
She doesn't have a degree. I already did a whole complete background check on her. She does not have a degree. The reason she got her job at DHS is because she was fired from the Attorney General's office because of her rude, violent behavior.
She was
That
fired
is
from
a
the
quote.
Oklahoma's Attorney General's
Yes,
office
they
because of her,
escorted her
because of
by
what
way of
behavior?
Rude and violent behavior.
But yet she got put with you with
Over
DHS.
10 lawyers filed a complaint against her with the Attorney
10 lawyers filed a complaint with who?
and with the Attorney General's office.
Oh my
And
goodness.
several employees filed complaints against her for writing hot checks.
Oh my goodness.
And at the time she picked up my grandson, she had 2 warrants for her arrest. Active
Oh my
warrants.
goodness. Active warrants.
Active warrants. One was for a felony.
Well, did you
and
try to
one
call
was
the
for a misdemeanor.
one was for a felony, one was for a misdemeanor. So did you call the police or
I
anything?
told the police. They said they didn't care. I told the governor's office. They said they didn't care.
Really?
They made the warrant disappear, but not before I printed it out on paper.
Well, good for you. That's just evil. That's just sick. Now, who were the governor and attorney general, those people at the time?
The governor that I went to about the warrants was Governor Mary Fallin, who absolutely did nothing.
Really?
The governor's office, Mary Fallin's office, also told me that the 2 pedophiles who beat and raped my son could not be prosecuted because they're protected. I have it on
Wow.
tape.
Well, Mary Fallin herself said this, or her
No,
worker, her aides? Oh my goodness. So how come Governor Mary Fallins this is going on? I really want to know. I mean, obviously she.
Pedophiles protected, but children aren't.
Yeah, please explain that to we the people, because you're supposed to serve us. You're an elected official. And what did you talk to the Attorney General's office about that too?
Yes, I did, because I tried to get a grand jury convened.
A grand jury convened. Why do you use the word try?
Because I was refused a grand jury because the grand jury works for the Attorney General's office, and the Attorney General's office, their job is to protect the state.
Wow. So these American bar attorneys that work for the government, they say they work for the state. They don't represent us. See, I've heard some of the similar excuses from
I had 4
some of those
attorneys.
people. And you've had 4 attorneys.
All of them were forced off of my case. 3 of them were threatened to get off my case, and they did. The 4th one tried to stay, so they suspended his law license.
Wow.
And then said, now you don't have an attorney, your case is dismissed.
Wow. Please hit the share button on this. We got to get these stories out there and spread light on this evil, because they try to put gag orders on people, scare them to death, just make up these absolutely tyrannical lines they want to try to make us toe and keep us slaves so they can keep all this money coming in from Social Security Title 19 and Social Security Title 4, D, and E, and I hear there's even more stuff under Social Security Title 4. If you don't believe us, please just go to the Social Security's website and check it out for yourself, because it's right there.
If you don't believe my story, go to the courthouse government or the state of Oklahoma courthouse records, and you can see where I was arrested for a crime I didn't commit.
Oh, that was really sick.
And then because I got out on bond, they issued another warrant. And this time they issued it with no bond. That way I could not get out of jail.
No bond.
No.
Wow. And we know.
At the same time, there were 2 foster parents who had 5 children locked in cages out here in Yukon, and they were released on a $900 bond, but I didn't even commit a crime, and I was denied bond.
Well, there's a saying out there, when you're being arrested for not committing crimes, you're actually being ruled by criminals. And that's the state our country's become to. And I want to know how come this is going on, President Donald Trump. I want to know how this is going, why this is going on. How come U.S. Attorney General Sessions? Come on, Mary Fallin, Governor Mary Fallin. I want to know why this is going on. How come? Come on, Senator Lankford here in Oklahoma. We want to know how come this is going on.
Yeah, Senator Lankford. I've been contacting you for 4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
Wow.
Ever since he decided to run for office and said he was going to work for the people. Well, I'm the people.
You sure are. We are.
I've been here all my life. My great-grandfather was Chief Justice of the Supreme Court twice. I am the people. So come on, Langford. Why won't you do anything?
Yeah, you claim to be a Christian and care about kids.
Exactly.
You wrote me a letter back that said, oh, you're not on that committee dealing with families, when I sent you in a letter about we want a shared parenting amendment, and you said you knew about that, even supported Canada, but you might consider it if it came across your desk. That was a big giant slap in the face when you basically said you might consider it. How does that make you feel, me telling you this story?
Well, seeing how I'm already disgusted with him because he lied to me, I'm not surprised.
Wow. And oh, by the way, Senator Langford, you don't remember who I am? Not too long ago, we were both at Chase Bank on Northwest Expressway, and you were selling your car to a someone, and we got to talking, and I just wanted to test your integrity out. So I thanked you for helping out the Patriot Clinic, and you took all the credit and glory for it, and you ain't did nothing for us that I know of, but you sure took the credit for it, and then you even you tried to give your staff a lot of credit. And that's the Patriot Clinics on Northwest 23rd and Council, by the way, that we're doing stuff that the VA should be doing that they're not, and you're a federal representative, Oklahoma Senator Langford. So you should be helping these vets out. We're able to put 80% of veterans back to work with head concussions, and you claim to be for the people. So it's about time that you do something to make sure you help us out, because there's a lot of vets pissed off finding out that the VA's been denying them treatment, and we got this FDA approved for diabetic wound care, but people are losing feet and limbs when this will save 75% of veterans' wounds and stuff, save the state and country a lot of money. And are you just in bed with Big Pharma too? Is that what it really is all about? Because they can't patent oxygen? Because this makes us vets sick, by the way. And I am a vet. I was wearing my veteran hat that day. So anyhow, we're asking for everybody to go to Punish for Protecting on Facebook, or the National Coalition for CPS Reform, and can't remember the other word on that. But anyhow, we're sick and tired of our kids like hers being kidnapped and killed, and this is not an isolated story. I thought my story is bad, not having my kid for over 10 months now. But we're out here, and we're going to keep getting out here. We teaming up with Black Lives Matter all over the place, and we got shows with Kirk Pendergrass teaching dummy for law, the laws, where we just discuss what the law says. And we're not attorneys, but you know what? That U.S. Constitution was written at a 4th grade level, and the American Bar Association has perverted that. So many things on that, just so they could just find ways to make more money. You know, make more problems, make more money. And there's no reason that this lady should have gone through all this stuff just so the system could make a lot more money. And that's why on January 3rd, we're telling everybody not to buy anything. Because we're sick and tired of this. This is happening to too many people. And it's just like a cancer right now. We're going to end this cancer one way or another. We are stopping the nation on January 3rd. We're telling people not to buy anything. Buy your stuff beforehand. I'm telling people personally, you better dig in for a couple of weeks, couple of months. Because shit is going to hit the fan. We got reason to arrest a lot of people for high treasons. And when you commit treason against we the people, according to what I'm hearing, and I'm not an attorney, but is take them to the nearest light pole and hang them for 12 hours and There's some more details on that. But we're coming after these judicial terrorists, especially, and we got a lot on them. Every courthouse in America's got more proof in there to hang these judges. This lady here, I'm sure, has more than enough proof to hang the judges all on her case for high treasons against we, the people. We are the other branch of government, and without them, they would not have their jobs. And they're supposed to represent us. They're elected officials. This is a democracy. This ain't no, can't think of the words right now. Tongue twister right now for me. Anyhow, we're refusing to be slaves anymore. We're tired of being treated like slaves. You know, when a speeding ticket's more important than what this lady's been through in helping her, and the governor treats her that way, the attorney general treats her that way, her own daggone attorneys that she paid for treats her this way, and her kids ends up dead. Something's wrong with this nation. And if you're a Christian and you're being neutral about this and not sharing this information, and have some compassion and love in your heart, when the Christian Bible says love's the first commandment, something is wrong with you. And you need to be sharing this right now and supporting these people. When ladies like this, how much support did you get from the church, by the way? You never told me.
I've never gotten any support from anybody. I've done this all alone all these years.
Well, this is just pure evil, and we're putting an end to this. Please go to punishforprotecting.com. We got instructional videos on there.
And just for the record, failure to report child abuse is a federal law, and it's a felony. So all of you who opened the file and you saw the names of the two men who caused my son's death by beating him and raping him to the point that he committed suicide, you're guilty of failure to report child abuse, which is a federal offense, and it's a felony.
So you're saying we all need to call who?
John Eccles, Governor Fallon, State Representative Morissette, State Representative Mike Sanders. They all know. They've all known for years.
It's just sick.
Charles Key quit being a state representative. I hounded him so bad. And now he claims he doesn't know anything about it, but I have emails that says he does.
Wow. And any veterans you know or active duty military personnel, make sure you get these stories, because these people have been acting like domestic terrorists too daggone long. And anybody that took an oath, which are policemen, military people, lawyers, judges, governors, attorney generals, any law enforcement, they've all taken oaths of office, just like I did when I was in the military.
You took an oath to protect and to serve. Where was my son's protection? Where is his service?
We're going to get it January 3rd, one way or another. We are digging in deep. So please go there, learn what we're doing, how we're doing it. We want everybody's help. We want everybody sharing the story right now. This lady deserves our help. She deserves our help. 20 years of hell because of domestic terrorism to our kids. And it could be your kid next.
That's right. Today it's mine and you may not care, but tomorrow it may be yours and you will. And if you don't stand up for me, then who's going to stand up for you when it's your turn?
You hear that? Everybody better hear that loud and clear.
I've spent 10 years spending my life on the computer and on the phone helping you people 18 hours a day and never asked for nothing in return. Except for 2 years ago, I asked people to sign a petition to get justice for Charlie, and none of you, except for, I did have some close friends who signed the petition, but most of the people that I helped couldn't take 2 seconds out of their day to click a little box that says sign.
Wow. Well, Francesca's one of the few good Christians I met. Most of them just make me sick. You know, I read something Gandhi said, when someone asked him what he thought about Jesus, he said, Jesus sounds like a really nice guy. I'd love to meet him, but I don't care to meet any of those Christians. Well, I tell you what, when I hear stories like this, I can relate to what Gandhi said and why.
Evil flourishes when good men do nothing.
Say that again, because a lot of people need to hear this.
Evil flourishes when good men do nothing.
You hear that? And if you're neutral on this issue, you need to wake up, because these people have killed more people than Hitler's regime. That's how evil they are. All using kids for profits. Little innocent little kids. I mean, how old was your kid there in this picture?
He was 18. This was 3 weeks before he died.
3 weeks before he died. Wow. That just makes me sick. We want more information on all these judges. These two here, the judges she talked about. I guarantee you they're doing a whole, they've got their fingers in a lot of cookie jars. The U.S. Constitution says, you go check this out on Mr. Google yourself, says that an attorney's not supposed to hold more than one office. And it's the only place in the U.S. Constitution where it says something like that twice. They're not supposed to hold more than one office. We found out these attorneys and judges are on quite a few different offices. We want more information. This ain't happening just in Oklahoma. This is all around the nation.
It's everywhere.
You know, we've teamed up with Canada. We've teamed up with New Zealand. We've teamed up with Britain. I don't even know what other countries. I'm getting so many comments and messages on my pages that I have that it's just ridiculous. We need more people here all around being chapter leaders for their cities and states. We got a lot of chapter leaders for every state. I think we got about all those filled, but we need people in Tulsa. We need people in Lawton, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Name the big cities wherever you live at. We need, there's an old saying, when there isn't a leader in the area, you just need to step up and be one. You can always let somebody else take over. They're better or help you out. But we just need to keep this ball rolling, keep the pressure up. Because it's time for us, we the people, to take back our country. We are the other branch of government. These people are supposed to work for us. And you just don't do this to kids. And you don't do this to nice ladies like this. She had a house that was paid off for years. They even took that from her. Just ridiculous.
They forced me out of it. They didn't take it. They forced it.
Well, same difference.
I couldn't live in it.
They made it where you couldn't live in it because of that one-way.
Worker kept parking in the driveway, and she had a VPO against me.
Come on, military people. Do you hear this? Come on, law enforcement. You took an oath too, man. Do the right thing.
Yeah, Officer Whitehead.
Officer Whitehead, you hear that? Anybody that knows him?
You broke the law when you came into my house and ignored 2 warrants for that worker's arrest. And you took a child illegally.
Now listen to all this pain and grief that's been caused to this lady. Please share this story right now. We want these people arrested. The blue thin line needs to end right now. We know police officers are going through hell with their kids too. So I know we got a lot of good police officers out there to support us. Please end that blue thin line and go arrest these officers. I guarantee you she's got enough proof in all of them to arrest them.
By the box.
By the box, she said.
I have 4 boxes.
Wow.
That's why I say by the box.
Wow. And there's no reason she should have to hide where she lives and stuff because of how evil these people are.
Well, I have no choice. They shot up my car.
This is sick. You hear that? Come on, law enforcement. Come on, FBI.
Shot the windows out of my car.
How come you're letting this happen to your own citizens, your own people you went to school with, or someone that's old enough to be your grandparent, or aunt, grandfather, great aunt, or somebody like that. This could be any of your people that you care about. Stop being selfish,
Stop being a coward. You gotta step up sometime.
Yes.
Not today, then you'll be forced to step up tomorrow.
Yeah, and we're digging in. January 3rd, we are gearing up for this. People are sick and tired of being treated like this. No more. Will we be treated like slaves, have our kids taken away? This is sick. I'd known about this was not in the military. I would have felt a lot better fighting wars like this than all the wars we've been involved in since Gulf War and who knows how many wars, things we didn't even call wars, but were basically wars. They went by other fancy names. And let me tell you something. I heard an African saying that another word for complicated and sophisticated is, you know what that is? Corruption. Corruption. Those are other words. This system's so complicated on purpose. You can call your representatives. No one wants to make sure the buck stops there. That's making it complicated and sophisticated. You know what the American Bar Association, for the most part, has done to the U.S. Constitution, making it complicated and sophisticated. It's just another word for corruption. And this is sick. We, the people, aren't going to put up with this anymore.
And people want to tell me that the reason that all this happened to me was because I was not smart enough to know my rights and fight for my rights. You're wrong. I spent 9 years in the legal field. Okay? I knew my rights. I exercised my rights, only to be slapped in the face. They broke the law and nobody cared. It didn't matter that I stood up and told them, you're violating my 4th Amendment right, you're violating my 14th Amendment right, you're violating my 5th Amendment right. They did not care. I could not force them to obey the law.
I hear you. I've dealt with the same thing in Oklahoma with these two judges here. Judge Howard Harrelson, he could care less about making all these vets homeless because as long as they get the money. I've read a lot of stories where these judges are getting people's homes after they force them out and take them away. Sick. And this ain't just happening in Oklahoma.
Some of these houses, what a lot of you don't know, but I did extensive research into this in Oklahoma City. Some of these houses are taken over by the city, urban renewal, and these houses are given to DHS. When parents start looking for their kids who've been kidnapped, they put them in these houses until they can find adoptive homes for them out of state, so you can't find them.
Yeah, I heard Texas lost 2,700 kids alone last year. That's just Texas.
They're not lost. They're in these homes that belong to the city, and they have couples that come in, and they watch over the kids during the day, and then they'll have another set that comes in and watches them at night. And they house these kids in these houses until they can get them adopted out of state. I did a whole extensive research into that. I got a list of homes and everything. I did research on doctors who are double dipping. They're getting paid by DHS to put your kids on psychotropic drugs, and they're being paid by the drug companies at the same time. So they're double dipping big time.
Just pure evil, just for the money. You know, the Bible says that the root of all evil is love and money.
It's right.
Yeah, just lusting after that money.
People are doing it for is the almighty dollar. They don't care how many kids they kill. They don't care how many kids they destroy emotionally who grow up. And let me tell you, you may not care today, but when that person breaks into your house or breaks into your car and causes you bodily harm, and then you find out that they spent 7 years in foster care, I bet you'll care then.
Hear that,
people? You'll know where the root problem came from. Foster care is prep school for prison.
Just sick. And you know, these judges know these stats. You know, they've studied these stats. They go to classes on this stuff. But they don't care. It's all about the money. Hey, let's just use the kids as a commodity. Like, you know, yeah, I imagine a kid would have a lot of psychological problems if you ripped them away from their loving parents.
You'd stick them in the homes of pedophiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would cause emotional problems.
But what do y'all care, right? As long as you get paid more federal money and state money, right? Huh? And you get more money if they end up in some juvenile place or prison. That's sick, using kids like that. You ain't our gods, like I told you in court, both of you. I asked you, where's your decency? Refused me a jury trial. Knocking off all this life off my son's life by keeping him away from me. He violated my due process from the beginning. Signed all types of paperwork with an attorney that lost his license, Judge Howard Harrelson. trying to cover your ass with the American Bar Association. Turns it in practically a year later. Listen, Hammond, just because your kid died and you're what did Judge Hammond say to that first? Someone told me.
She told a man in court when he was complaining about how he was being railroaded. She told him, "You'll get your kid back when I get mine back."
And her kid died, right?
Her kid died because of an auto accident.
Wow. Ain't that a...
And I'm sorry that her child died.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that is no reason to become bitter and mean. My child died too, but I'm not bitter and mean over it.
Wow. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame
angry,
on you.
But I'm not bitter and mean.
Yeah.
I still help people. I still volunteer for the Red Cross. I still volunteer for the Salvation Army. I still volunteer. I'm not bitter and mean. I should be, because my own government in the state that I was born and raised in railroaded me and caused the death of my only son. So yeah, I have good reason to be bitter.
Yep, you sure do. Wow, this is plain out. So remember these faces, who they are. You can go to your judicial websites in your area and get the pictures of your judges. You know, the civil courts are totally illegal according to the U.S. Constitution. You know, they're taking people's inheritances when their parents die and stuff too. They're using my mentally retarded brother for more money. It's just pathetic. Anyhow, thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it. And please get out here with your own signs. If you want to team up with us and Black Lives Matter, get a hold of chapter leaders David Bebout and Sandy Jacobus. And we're looking for chapter leaders in Tulsa and Lawton, any other cities you want to, or places. And we got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we're not telling you about. But we're looking for more people to get out here and expose their stories on Punished for Protecting on Facebook, and the National Coalition for CPS Reform, and I can't remember what the other word is in that, Family Court Reform, I think. Anyhow, we look forward to working with y'all and helping end this. On January 3rd, we dig in deep. We're going to be like Jackass. You ain't going to be able to move us until this shit ends. And I imagine President Donald Trump, I hope we're forcing your hand to, or you see us as helping you in the judicial terrorism that I seen you tell Congress you would never, when you were sitting down at that philanthropy thing that you're involved with your father, and Hillary was there, and you told them it was funny how they supported you until you ran for president. Well, we're here to help you out. We ain't got a problem with that. We're tired of stuff too. So how come, President Donald Trump, how come U.S. Attorney General Sessions, how come Governor Mary Fallin? Who are some of those other people you mentioned?
John Echols.
How come John Echols? Who else?
Mike Sanders.
How come Mike Sanders?
James Lankford.
How come Federal Senator Lankford?
Richard Morissette.
Anyone else?
Inhofe.
How come Senator Inhofe? You've been there for a long time. How come Judge Howard Harrison, second in charge of the Mormon Church here in Oklahoma? You're a bishop with the Mormon Church here in Oklahoma. How come Judge Lisa Hammond? How come? Y'all might as well just turn yourself in now. So we got more than enough on you. And we ain't the only ones. Anyhow, look forward to helping everybody out. You know, remember, team stands for together everybody accomplishes more. And we got more on them. And there's way more of us than them. So when you let your light shine, you give other people permission to let their light shine. So Let your light shine, y'all. That's the only way to get rid of this evil. Refuse to be gagged anymore. That's against the U.S. Constitution. Let the active duty personnel, tell them that these judges are gagging people. It's just pure evil. You don't do this to people and their kids and their relatives and their siblings. Anyhow, love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, share this story.